Children, in previous video we discussed about the chloralkali process and baking soda, washing soda and bleaching powder. So in this video I am going to explain about the removal of crystallization. Removal of crystallization. Very small topic, important topic. Removal of crystallization. First thing is, what is mean by crystallization? Crystallization is a process. We will abstract solid from material from a liquid. That is a crystallization. So how we can get the rock salt? How we can get the rock salt? From seawater only. Seawater, it is the liquid state that should be changed into the solid state. That is the crystallization. Crystallization means we are getting the again same substance. Crystallization means that we are getting the same substance from the liquid state to the solid state. It is only physical state. We are not getting any compound, new compound. Simply same compound, it changes its state from one state to the another state. That is called crystallization. Crystallization is nothing but it is the only physical change. Our physical state will be changes. Abstracting the solid from liquids. Solids from liquids. We are not getting any new substance. We are adding the same substance from liquid to the solid. That is what we call crystallization. Crystallization of the substance. That means here we are abstracting the same kind of substance from liquid to the solid. That is the crystallization. So here now, removal of crystallization. One activity was given in our textbook. One activity is there. Let us see here. Removal of crystallization. What is meant by removal of crystallization? Let us see here. First here we have to take the one test tube, glass test tube we have taken. This is what? Glass test tube. In that we have take CuSO4, copper sulfate crystals. We are taking some copper crystal. Copper sulfate crystals we are taken. There seems to be very dry. We are taken now. So here we are heating that one. We are taking one test tube. In the test tube what we are taken, the copper crystals, what they are seems to be like dry crystals. We are taken those crystals in a test tube and we are heating that one. Clear? So here after that we are heating, we can observe that some water vapors will be created. Water vapor will be created. So here what you have to say, we are not mixing any water to the crystals, just we are heating the crystals. Then while we are heating that one, we may observe that some vapor traces must be formed in the test tube. So generally when the vapors will be formed, when the vapors will be formed, while we are heating the water, they only vaporize. Liquids should be vaporized. Like that. That means what? Inside crystals, there are some molecules are there. Molecules are there. So once the vapors are created or formed, now these crystals are becomes as colorless. So what is the color of copper sulfate actually? Blue. It should be in blue color initially. Very children, very simple we are taking one test tube. In that we have to take some the copper sulfate crystals which are seems to be dry. We are finding that they are dry. They must be in the color of initially blue color, and we are heating that one. Then what you observe, some vapors are created. Vapors are created means what? Some liquid is already inside the copper sulfate. So after that, once vapors are formed, what do you say? This blue color seems to be like now colorless. Again, if you can add some few drops of water, after it becomes into the colorless, if you can add the few drops of water, then again they turns into the blue color. So in this way we can remove the crystallization, remove the water crystallization. So crystallization means what? We are getting the substance from liquid state to the solid state in form of the solid crystals. That is the crystallization. So what is meant by water crystallization? For example, this copper sulfate should be written as CuSO4 5H2O. CuSO4 5H2O. That means this hydrated copper sulfate has 5 water molecules along with them, CuSO4 5H2O. That means we are writing the number of water molecules which are present in the copper sulfate as a chemical formula. That should be called water crystallization. What's that? Water crystallization. This is the best example for you. CuSO4 5H2O. CuSO4 5H2O. 5H2O means what? 5 water molecules are there. Where? In copper sulfate. How we are explain that? By taking one formula. That formula I present here now. CuSO4 5H2O. That is called water crystallization. Water crystallization is nothing but we are mentioning that how many number of water molecules are available in the crystals. CuSO4 5H2O. In this removal of crystallization, that is the topic. That means what? Initially what we are taking copper, that should be having some CuSO4 5H2O. That is the hydrated copper sulfate. Once we are heating that one, these water molecules are disappears. That means change into the water. That's why they becomes colorless. That colorless is called anhydrosis. So becomes as the colorless. Okay, got my point, children. So like that. So this is about the removal of the crystallization. While we are heating the solid crystals, in that some water quantity is there, that should be evaporated. Due to that they becomes as the colorless. This is what we call removal of crystallization. Clear, children? So for that we have another example is there. 2 marks most important, children. We have example is there, that is here CaSO4 2H2O. CaSO4 2H2O. When that should be heated, we will get CaSO4 of H2O. Now here this is the gypsum. What's that? Gypsum. And this is the plaster of Paris. Clear? This is the another example. Gypsum consists of how many number of water molecules? 2. And now here CaSO4 consists of H2O. Here how it is possible to write half H2O? For that some reason is there. I will explain later. So here when gypsum is heated, what do you get? Plaster of Paris. For that we will say that when plaster of Paris is mixed with the water, we get gypsum. CaSO4 2H2O. This is another example. CaSO4 of H2O plus 1.5 H2O gives rise CaSO4 2H2O. So while we are adding, this is what? Plaster of Paris. Further if we can what? Water if we can add, what do you get? Gypsum. And when we are heating the gypsum, what do you get? Plaster of Paris. When we are adding the water to the plaster of Paris, what do you get? Gypsum. So here now, in this case, the plaster of Paris here, is it possible to have of H2O? CaSO4 of H2O. Here, of H2O means what? Half of the water molecule. Is it possible? No. Simply, our aim is to say 2CaSO4. 2 CaSO4 atoms will take one water molecule. That is our intention to say. Clear? When we have one unit of CaS will take only half. For 2 units of CaSO4 will take one water molecule. That is the aim to say simply here. 2 units of CaSO4 will take one water molecule. That's why we will say that this is now of H2O. When it will only 1 unit will be take half of the water molecule. That will say what to say. That is plaster of Paris. What is that? Plaster of Paris. So for one more question is important. What is that? Plaster of Paris uses. You know that when some bones are displaced, doctors will give some bandage with the help of the plaster of Paris. When we can add the water to the plaster of Paris, it becomes very strong. So in medical purpose also, when the bones are breaks, to displace them again to the right positions, for that also plaster of Paris can be used as the bandage. That's the first example. And all of you know Ganesh statues, idols should be created with the help of the plaster of Paris. And plaster of Paris also used in decorations. Clear, children? Plaster of purpose used in medicine to correctly displace the bones by taking the plaster of Paris as a bandage. And next thing is what? Plaster of Paris can be used in the preparation of statues, idols, gods. And third one is it should be used for decoration also. Clear, children? So this is about the crystallization, children. Very simple topic here actually. So here once you can see here now, when gypsum is heated, what do we get? Plaster of Paris. When plaster of Paris should be added to water, what do we get? Gypsum. And plaster of Paris should consist of only half H2O. Here gypsum consists of 2 molecules. Clear? So simple. 1 unit of CaSO4 will take here 2 molecules. In this case, only half molecule. Okay, children? So this is about the children. Removal of crystallization and use of plaster of Paris. I hope you understand. We will meet in the next video with the next topic. Bye. Take care.